All right, good afternoon, YouTube. 1227 out here, getting my mobile studio set up, ready to go, and such. And it looks okay so far, so good. I'm using a different camera right now. I am not on my cell phone. I'm actually using a laptop computer right now. Where did I put that little bag? There it is. And so I don't know the accuracy of the view count. So I think the best way to do that and to figure that out is to go into and to, so to speak, it's got to be a lot more difficult to see the chat. So I'm not really looking at the chat on that note because I will be driving here shortly. Again, trying something out different. Hopefully that doesn't shift around too much. If that's no good, I can actually. Ooh, I'm all whited out. If I put this here on top of the phone, you're like all up in my face. And then we'll go into this. So I'm on my mobile hotspot right now, folks. Let me know what you think. How's the video quality? How's the sound? I've got all kinds of gadgetry set up over here. It's kind of cool. I mean, it looks pretty good to me. The 1080p. The laptop is right here. And yeah, we're gonna figure this out. Just trying something new, different. That's filled there. This here. Figuring out my mobile studio. All right, I think I'm okay. Oh, I wanted to check the microphone. Is the microphone being what microphone is being utilized right now? Microphone access. Anyone using Spice? That's okay. Camera. I don't even know if this is on here, but yeah. Hey, Buhai, how are you? I had heard some funny business was occurring earlier. One of my friends told me we had typed and remember, folks, this is a family channel, right? I'm a double. This is just a recording and a vlog of me driving up and testing out some new equipment for this here. And so, yeah, thank you for joining me on my live stream. I'm not going to be looking at the chat. So please keep your comments clean and such. Let's see here. Because, like I said, I will not be monitoring the chat. All right, I think I'm good to go. Oh, I need to plug in the address for the Culpeper Sports Arena. So let's find that here now. All right, Culpeper Sports Arena, Culpeper, Virginia. And let's see here, 16358. So I'm gonna use my truck nav for that task this morning. So good morning, everybody. Say hello in the chat. Let's see here. Nav. Destination. Yep, my son is going to be headed out is going to be playing some, or at least the Hampton Sydney rugby team will be playing some rugby this afternoon. And yeah, I'm just getting things set up so I could DriveStream safely and effectively, if you will. So where'd that address? Competition Drive. Competition Drive. Search. Culpeper, Virginia. Start. Okay, so navigation's good to go there. Turn the truck on. Got gas. I got food.
Obey traffic laws, be alert, and use voice commands while driving.
And I'm going to end this real quick to try something. Nope. The microphone. because I don't know if it's on the correct microphone. All right, I'm gonna end this real quick and restart because something is funny is going on. How's the audio on your side? Does it sound good? Can you hear the truck? Because I don't seem to be able to change or able to toggle between platforms, at least devices, utilizing just the straight camera, and which is washing me out big time. That's the sun, obviously, you know. So, how is the audio on your end? Hello, Bueller. Biggest support group. Good morning. How are you? Thank you for joining this morning. How does the audio sound? Can you hear the car, like the rumble of the car? Why I am naked, host Jason. Hey, Buhai, come on, man. Family channel. I'm married also, so please refrain. I do not know why, Buhai, but I'm going to go ahead and remove that, please. Keep it clean, folks. All right, let's see here. No car sound. All right, cool. I guess we're gonna go ahead and get the show on the road. I mean a blue jacket. Okay. Save. There you go, Buhai. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, you had a blue jacket before. I do not know why. That was maybe that's what my friend was telling me about. Someone said that they want to take their clothes off or something like that earlier. But the humor is a little bit different, and so of course, when my wife sees things like that, she'll say, "Who is that?" I say, "Just a fellow YouTuber. That's joking, jokes only, right?" But as you know, that's how we do, right? We keep it clean, we keep it friendly, and we go from there. I'm gonna switch these things around here. My USB port is kind of in the way of that, but I've got all kinds of stuff. You never got it. Yeah, no, I didn't get it. I just saw my friend had done that, and it's like, yeah, I don't. I still don't understand some of the humor sometimes. We call it dress or damit. Damit. I know jacket, but yeah. So this is the mobile studio is moving along, if you will. We'll be moving along here shortly. But let's see. I gotta check this out. Let's do this. Put that on the other side there. How is the audio now? Can you hear? How does it sound? Test. Testing the sound. Fine audio. Can you hear in the like? Because I'm rubbing this on the chair to see if you hear that. Can you hear that? Because that's what's gonna tell. It's gonna tell me if this is being utilized or not. This no waving sounds. Okay, cool. So this is not working right now, and so I want to figure that out real quick. In Tagalog, they use different terms, so if you translate it to English, it would have different meanings. Yes, no, I get it for 100%. I just don't know what those different meanings are because I don't, I don't speak the Tagalog. I can understand kanto lang. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. So, all right, let's see here. Let's see here. How do I don't think I could change any of the settings on this while I'm actually live in YouTube Studio. So, and I want to switch it over. You know what? I just want to get on the road. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get going here. I'm putting this up here actually because this is probably not even being utilized. Yeah. Let me know. How does the sound change? Does it change at all? Let's get you a jacket also there, Elijah. As moderator, standard. No, my wife didn't. I mean, my wife was still sleeping, but my friends will monitor that, and I don't appreciate it when people start talking, saying things like that on mine. I mean, we can, it's joke, but no, I just don't want her to get even mad or even having a discussion about it. All right, so this is not going to be utilized at this time, so I'm putting it away. Secure my gear. Vehicle coming from left. Okay, so we're gonna take it out of reverse, which is why that's happening. Okay, so there, and this is gonna get put away too, since we're not using it. Make sure my gear is stowed and not flopping around, like if I have to hard brake or something like that, right? I wish this case actually contained, were a little bit bigger to contain the little muff things, but otherwise it's got to be kept in this DJI baggie. But I think we're okay to go ahead and get moving on. Just put in park. I am in park. Or you heard the vehicle drive by when I was in the reverse. Andrew, good morning. Good afternoon for me anyway. Where you're at? You're in England? I forgot where you're at, bro. Go on Amazon and find a little baggie or case. Yeah, indeed. I mean, all right, or a little Tupperware, right? Let's see. Mimi Beer, thank you for joining. Also, South Carolina, rock on. Thank you, Andrew. You don't need to figure out as well how to review the live chat or the chat restream. Hey, Captain Joe, how you doing? Good afternoon, sir. All right, let's see. All right, we need to go out this way to get on the road, so we'll do that. All right, for those of you that are catching up right now and joining us, I actually didn't say what the mission is for this morning. The mission today is to drive to Culpeper, Virginia, about 3.5 hours away, according to my GPS and my truck. It says I'll arrive there at 3:45 this afternoon. Depends on how fast I go. I don't think it takes into account my actual speed, just distance with an approximate speed to calculate time distance. You're fucking standing there. What are you doing? Idiot. You're taking your time. Come on. Idiots. Now, Buhai, thank you for joining for a little bit. I appreciate you hanging out for this afternoon, for a little bit that we did. And this morning, as I'm talking this way, and this morning as well, But have a great evening. Sleep well. Get good rest. I got a good amount of sleep last night, which I needed because I only got 2 hours a night before. I just couldn't sleep. I was wide awake at on Thursday evening going into Friday, and Thursday going into Friday. Let's see. Like you just saw, there are too many idiots like that. Well, what had happened just now was she had paused because she was on her cell phone. And I thought she was letting me in. And as I continued to move forward, she decided to not let me in. So come on. If you're going to, not move out, then don't move out. And I was going slow enough to, but idiot. She looked like an idiot too anyway. Got out of the hospital Wednesday, 2 p.m. since a shot playoff volleyball match. Basketball team pictures and Friday night football. No pain. Guess dot fix these issues. Heart attack. Oh my! You had a heart attack on Monday, Joe. Well, welcome back to the living. Or apparently you didn't die, or maybe you did, and you're just back at it already, because that's how Marines do, right? Heck yeah! In fact, let's see. Is it head MI on? So MI stands for myocardial infarction. my viewers in the Philippines, heart attack. And yes, 2 stints Tuesday, out Wednesday. What a difference the way I feel now. And also flatline for 3 seconds, being moved back to my hospital bed, heart perfused. Dude, can't keep you down. Bravo. Well done, man. Well done. I'm glad to see that you're back at it, my friend, and such. That's important, you know. Wow, this is like the longest red light ever. And it's odd how I'm getting washed out right now. It's like I need an ND filter on this camera, and I'm not using my drone at this time. I'm actually using this Logitech desktop camera, so it's not changing. The exposure on it is off. Obviously, the ISO needs to be turned way down because it might be set for indoor use, but it's what I got going on right now. And wow, yeah, it's super shaky too. So apologies for that. Compared to using my cell phone, which doesn't have that, that issue. Maybe I'll stop to fix that because I do not like how wobbly it is. You know, that's probably gonna get you guys motion sick, right? or not. I mean, it's really odd. I'm actually just noticing how wobbly, and that's what this is all about, also, right? Testing, figuring things out, figure out what's the best way to create a good live stream, drive stream in this particular case. And something is beeping at me right now. What was that? Do not know. But yes, we are on the road. We're headed up to Culpeper, Virginia. Going to go see Severin, and we'll see the Hampton-Sydney College rugby team play in our state championship. Winner goes on to national level championships and such. And then I think they're going to start playing sevens at some point, which is 7-on-7 on the field. Right now it's 15 versus 15. So yeah, when I get a chance to actually take a look at the chat, because it's like it's almost behind me. I almost feel like this is a safer way to drive stream because I have to actually really take my eyes off the road, look down, then find it, then read it, and go from there. But I almost feel like stopping at the at Best Buy right now to get a different camera. Looking at how shaky this thing is, and why is it so shaky? I wonder if it's because, you know what, so the arm right now is like this, that it's sitting on. The camera, whenever I've used it, was vertical, and maybe the cell phone has some anti-vibration characteristics in the science of the camera itself, but I could really see it's wiggly right now, and when I look over quickly at the screen, I can see that it's vibrating as well. So how to dampen that? Well, we've not that I've noticed, and maybe you guys have noticed it before, where the camera was in fact let's go ahead. And then, all right, where was I? Okay, vibration. The camera was always, the arm that it's on was always vertical, which allowed for probably more stability in the camera itself. So maybe that's what I need to do. Just put the camera back at, or the arm back at vertical, and reposition the camera so that it does not vibrate like that. So I'll probably get a chance to do that in about 10 minutes from right now, because I'll be coming up on the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel in just a moment, where traffic will probably be stopped, because it's usually stopped right there. And holy cow, it got warm. It's 68 degrees right now out here in Virginia Beach. Before it was, this morning, 46 degrees. Yesterday morning at 4 a.m. when I went to work, it was 36 degrees. And in the morning. It was cold yesterday morning, so I haven't flown my drone in a few days. But yeah, that is okay. Yep, I can see it shaky, and putting things out of alignment there. Wow, yeah, that is really moving about and shaking. So man, maybe that's obviously something else I gotta utilize or fix or figure out. So mental note to self: I've recently discovered that I can't read the live chat replay, the chat. I'm sure it's simply a setting. I do have the block checked off that says replay, live chat replay, or something like that. And so I just need to figure that out. I wonder if I could have gotten on the hub lanes. I prefer driving the hub lanes, the high occupancy vehicle lanes when I can. But apologies for not engaging you in the chat. Obviously, I'm driving. I appreciate you joining along on the ride. In fact, one of the reasons why I'm trying this setup out for one is, and I think I've probably talked about it, I've finally gotten around to actually trying and doing it. Is setting up the computer like right next to me, like I have right here. The computer's on. It's tethered all the way to the camera here that you guys are looking at with me right now. And I'm live streaming. I eventually want to try to utilize OBS in this setup also, where, let's see, in this setup where I have the two cameras, because you see me do the two cameras where my talking head is in the top corner of the screen, like right up here is where I'll usually have the my talking head, right? I'll set me up there, so I'm talking, and then have the road. So there I'll be talking, giving you a tour of my live stream, as opposed to just a drive. We can have a have a one-way conversation. So 4 people in the chat right now, or at least in this live stream, in my drive stream. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much. I appreciate you and such. But yes, we are moving out. We're now that we're in the shade a little bit, the sun is not right on me. The picture quality seems to have gotten a little bit better, and I appreciate you guys hanging. I'll try to get you guys the blue jackets later on. So for now, you'll have to stay cold or naked, right? Which is apparently what that means. If you're not a moderator, you're naked. So George, if you're on there regulating, that's what being naked means. You're not a moderator. And the funny thing is, Blue Hyde was one of what was on my first moderators. Oh, that looks awesome. That's another construction project by the Breeding Company, who happens to be the company that built the I-5 Virginia Beach wind tunnel and the apartment complex next door, the Aqua Apartments. And so, I got chilly. And so they've got a nice project over here on the left that I just passed by. But, whew, all right, yeah. So I'm gonna get up there, take a look at the complex, and fly the drone for hopefully the second game that they'll have this afternoon. If they get a chance to play B-side sevens, that'd be cool too to see. Sevens mean 7 on offense, 7 on defense, or 7 players on each team on the field at the same time, on the same size field. So it's not like it's not a I think it's the indoor football. The field is smaller, and so it's a lot more fast-paced compared to football, American football, that is. The indoor football is a lot more fast-paced compared to NFL football, if you will, or normal football. American football. It goes back to here we are talking about rugby and football, and soccer, but football is the foot game in all other parts of the world compared to Most Americans wanted to call it soccer, right? In fact, in the Philippines, do we call it football or soccer? For my Philippine viewers, where I will be able to take what I know that I recognize that sound. Not the cell phone, not the camera. Camera. Could it be the mobile hotspot? What else do I have on in the truck right now? Let's see. The camera's there. The drone is not on. Is this on? No, that's all plugged away. Yeah, I don't know. All right, we're gonna do some maneuvering here through some traffic. I don't have to put my truck in sport mode at this time, which uses a lot more gas because the accelerators when the gear shifts at lower RPMs instead of waiting to get up to like 4,000 RPMs. It'll start shifting up when I accelerate faster. All right, so we didn't get a chance to stop and look at the chat, but we'll come back to that. If you've got ideas, comments, and stuff like that, because right now I don't have access to the live chat replay, shoot me an email. The email is in the description of is in the About tab of the YouTube channel, which is jason@jasonlavarius.com. And such. You know what I ought to do? I meant to put epidemic sound and play music for you in the background while I go. That way, I have an opportunity to be quiet at some points and still have you entertained. You know, but it's kind of weird, but clearly safer to not look at the chat. So yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out in the chat, chatting amongst yourselves and being chatters and such. But yeah. All right, so normal speed. I was supposed to text my son that I was on my way, so I forgot. Do that later on. I'll look at the screen every once in a while just to make sure that we've still got picture, at least, that the stream has not ended. And if it does, I'll just restart it. Just stay tuned to catch me again, hopefully, right? But yeah, I'll get there according to the GPS at, we'll say 4 o'clock. I think their next game is at 4:30. So I'll get there right on time to see the action. But yeah, apologies for not watching the chat, not able to respond or interact, which is part of the, I guess, attraction of live streaming, and at some point, yeah, I haven't gotten around to doing the StreamYard. I tried it last time, I drove for an hour and a half and nobody wanted to get on at that time, which is cool too, I get it. And everybody in the Philippines that hangs out with me also, it's 1 o'clock in the morning over there, so 12 hours ahead. And I get that you're like, I don't want to be on camera when I'm about to go to bed in my pajamas. Right? So the StreamYard on at some point in the future. I'm sure I will. I mean, I was like, I'm not gonna live stream. I prefer doing video content and making videos, which I do. It's just the time and effort required to create a good video, because I just don't want to put something out that's crap. I want to maintain the quality of video that I like to create, which to me, I think it's pretty high quality. It's like high quality H2O. You want to drink that high quality H2O, not muddy water. Which is why I want to, for one, stop and fix the camera angle to try and mitigate the vibration that's occurring. I wish I had a rubber band to try to just put it into place that way also, but I don't. Or the idea with the rubber band is to make it less jiggly. And that's, part of that is maybe I need to invest in better equipment. I was looking at some cameras online last night specifically for this, because the theory again was to have two cameras using OBS. One's my A cam, one's the drive cam. And what is beeping? I heard it again. And it was a little bit louder this time. So something is dying. Well, when it dies, then it dies. I don't know. Let's see if it's the hotspot. Alert. Slow charging. Oh, that's probably that is. So everything is plugged into the truck right now. I actually have. What if I would hold it? No, it doesn't make it any better. Because it's just sitting on top of my cell phone right now. But the cell phone is jiggly also. And I am using this Logitech laptop camera, again, just trying something out different. Apologies for the vibration in that, and I can see it shift every time I hit a bumpy bump. I wonder if I can turn this around all the way like I do when you press the button on the phone and it switches cameras. But yeah, again, just trying something different. I'm direct live streaming using the YouTube app, or YouTube. I'm on not the app on the computer, but I'm using the just direct from YouTube Studio. And so what's nice about going direct with YouTube Studio is it will live stream at 1080p. I think with StreamYard and Zoom, it only streams at 720 because it's going through, it's getting reprocessed. So it can only get so much data and bandwidth. Yeah, so I started this morning running behind. I'm glad my dog woke me up when she did. So she's like, Dad, I have to go outside. That's her voice. So she woke me up at 7:30. I got up. I was like, oh man, because it was light out already. And I was like, I hope I'm not late, because I had a STEM program. A group of kids came over to I-Fly Virginia Beach this morning with the Jack and Jill program, a Jack and Jill program in Virginia Beach. And kind of like scouts, they got youth, and the parents are trying to, be positive influences in these youth so that they can grow up to be contributing members to our society. And the idea is, they go to different locations, they go to different events, and they learn about what occurs at each place. And so they told me they went to the NASA Space Center up in Langley last weekend. The weekend before that, they went to the Brock Center. I think it's a nature observatory or something like that in Virginia Beach, or conservationatory. It's another nature conservation society. They've got a whole building and funding and this and that over there. But man, that looks so cool because it's so jiggly. It's a little bit annoying to me, super annoying to me, particularly because we've had really good video quality in the past, with just the cell phone. And again, I'm trying something different. And in fact, this mobile studio that I've got right now, you are viewing me using a Logitech desk camera, which I'm sure it has the ability to figure out what because I'm washed out right now, as I can see also, and the autofocus is perfect if we're not bouncing around. But what's happening is from there, wired into the computer via USB cable, and then from there, I've actually Ethernet from the computer into the mobile hotspot, so that I'm not. I'm trying to maintain the data, the transfer of data to be hardwired versus the transfer of the data video signal going from the camera and then to mobile hotspot and then into the internet, because clearly I'm not tethered to the internet right now other than mobile hotspot cell phone. and I'm curious as well to see what kind of data it's going to push out after. We'll say we'll do a stoppage at the first rest center, which is near Richmond, so an hour and a half away. From here, maybe an hour away of driving, especially since I've been drinking my drink. They gave me a large. They gave me an extra large drink. I think I ordered medium, or maybe they gave me. But cool. It just means I'll have to stop sooner than later. Let's see. How much can I flip this around by? And I can't. Oh, I can. So, but it's kind of hard to see what's going on over there. So, 1 second. I gotta fix this. Made it worse because when I was messing with the camera, I actually knocked the phone off the magnet because it's being held on with the magnet. What's funny is that the picture quality seems not as washed out. Wonder why. I knocked something clean or good, better quality. I don't know. Odd. But all right, look at that. Traffic is good right now. I know we're not supposed to talk about the traffic, not supposed to talk about the weather, but we've got some awesome weather. There's a bunch of sailboats out on my left sailing right now. That's awesome. And yeah, usually you've been on these live streams with me before, going through this bridge with traffic. Granted, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. It's not too bad. It's pretty good. So yeah, we'll try to figure that out. That jiggle in this here in a little bit. Yep, that's the mobile hotspot that's making that beeping sound. It's probably like it said, it's on the low charge. It's doing slow charge. It's got full battery. It's just a slow charge. But I'm not too worried about it right now. So Logitech camera to my laptop computer. I'm connected to the internet via mobile hotspot, T-Mobile mobile hotspot. I got the Inseego 5G Mifi unit, and I'm going through the tunnel. I am not going to hold my breath like I did last time. I only made it through halfway of the tunnel at that time also because I'm out of practice. I don't exercise normally, unfortunately. In time, maybe I will, I'm sure, because I do miss exercising. The problem with me and exercising is that I have a tendency to just want to push myself and see how much more and how further I can go versus exercising for maintenance. I was a boxer in college, and I never maintained off season. I worked out for a purpose. I exercised and worked out for a purpose as opposed to, let's just do it for maintenance. If there's something that I was training for specifically, I worked out to train for that job, for that event, for that competition. There was never hey, let's just go work out for fun. And I like working out. It is fun. I just don't have it in a while. yeah, whenever we were done with the season in boxing, it was like, all right, I ate everything, stopped working out, get a little bit, get a little thicker, but it was never a, hey, let's go for a fun run. Because even on the fun run, guess what would happen? All right, running 3 miles. Last time I did 3 miles was 18 minutes. Let's see if we can break 18 minutes, for example. There's no way I'm breaking 18 minutes on a 3 mile run now. I could probably hold a 6 minute mile for 1 minute, but after 1 minute, I'm done. So, but for those of you that are just joining right now, it looks like I've got 5 viewers driving up to Culpeper, Virginia, a 3-hour drive. Again, this helps me stay awake. And, it does help with the watch hours, of course, as well for future YouTube monetization, which for a lot of my viewers also are aspiring YouTubers who are monetized or are working towards the monetization. And it's a marathon. You make videos on a daily basis. People are like, hey, what are you talking about today? And we go from there. But yeah, today I'm testing out this mobile hotspot and the use of that to live stream while I'm driving. Trying out some additional and new equipment or old equipment like this camera, but it'll help me determine, for one, if I want to go with higher quality equipment. And maybe just doing this live stream in 720 is going to be the better way to do it in order to, from a bandwidth perspective, and data transfer perspective. So ideas nonetheless. And who knows, maybe for those of you that are interested in doing a drive stream also in the future or are doing it already, maybe you'll pick up something new from the drive stream today, either in what I've got going on setup wise and or just in listening to me rant, not rave, but talk about what I got going on, what's going on in my life. And I'm video vlogging. Maybe I should invest in something that's a little bit more, I guess, shockproof in this particular case, as you jump up and down on my phone, because I've actually got this mounted on the phone right now. Like the phone is here, then I mounted it onto the camera. Like I thought about trying to put it up here, but then I gotta invert the image, and I'm not in OBS, which I know I can do, but I'm in YouTube Studio, which I don't know if I could do or not. Shoot, I can't even change the microphone input. I was supposed to do that earlier, which is what I was going to do, but I forgot. But so I'm basically using the microphone that's on the Logitech Webcam right now. Excuse me. No way that I'm getting sleepy or tired already. Talking away. Shouldn't be, right? And I caught up on sleep. I got 2 hours the night before. Last night, I went to bed at 9. I got up at 7. So I kind of went to bed at 9. I woke up periodically in the very beginning of my sleep because I was kind of forcing myself to sleep. I was so tired. I went to sleep and laid down in bed, but then fall asleep, wake up. Fall asleep, wake up. And then I got a call from work at 10 p.m. They were concerned about the alarm system. I told them, hey, you're good to go. No worries. Which is great. I'm happy that they called when they don't know what to do or have a question about stuff. That's what I'm there for. Help answer those questions, figure stuff out, and make sure that they are, that they're good to go, really. So something else that I was thinking about as well was, I've got all this electronic equipment in the truck right now. My laptop, my drones, and the mobile hotspot. Like I feel like, and part of that's just the, I guess, paranoia in me, or me wanting to be safe and secure with my equipment. I'm solo. I don't have a gear guard, if you will, to watch my gear when I need to leave the vehicle. So the best way to do that is, for one, you know, at a minimum, I'll throw a covering over all of this stuff so that it cannot be seen when I have to lock the truck up. Because if anybody can just break into something very easily, into the truck very easily, and take what is not theirs, and I would regret not throwing a cover on it, right? Because a lot of the car break-ins, when they're breaking a window and entering the vehicle, are a result of that item that's being stolen being out in the open. In other words, if a thief can see it and they have a need for it / they want it, it's easy to just break the glass, grab it, and go, right? I mean, it's that fast. The alarm could be going off on the vehicle, but the gear's already gone. Nothing you can do about it other than file a claim. And will it actually be covered? I guess it depends on the item that was stolen, right? Because sometimes not everything is covered because they don't meet the deductible. It was your first loss of the year. It doesn't meet the deductible. So, man, I want to read the chat so bad right now, but it would be dangerous and irresponsible of me to do so. So I will not. The cleaning guy from at work, he called me up because he had some issues. That he's a new cleaning crew. Same company, Inseego Cleaning. We hired them to look for cleaners for us effectively, and they send their people or their trusted cleaners to come and take care of our building. And he said, "Hey, I got some discrepancies I need you to address." Me, that is, and the lights have gone out in several bathrooms, so we're gonna get those taken care of. Some light bulbs, number one, and some light fixtures actually need to get replaced as well. So, got my electrician coming in on Monday because that is out of the scope of what's normal, what's easy to do for us. So we'll just hire somebody else to do those particular tasks that are a little bit more dangerous and or above their skill level to do. I mean, changing a light bulb, get on the ladder, change the light bulb, easy. But replacing a light receptacle, I'm happy to do that. Sometimes I don't have all the tools, and it's a pain in the butt to bring all the tools into work for me because my garage is so darn messy. Let's get away from this weird traffic pattern that is occurring on the right over here. The vehicles were all stopped just now. Why? I do not know. But all right, so this is what I got to do. I want to see if it will change the vibration if I were to change the angle of the arm. So when it's safe, I'm going to raise the angle of the arm that this camera that you are viewing me on right now will be. This is a more stable, position versus here. That's what's causing it to be a lot more jittery and such. Unless the anti-shock, the anti-vibration properties of the cell phone are that good, and in which case it's like, how do I use that as the webcam? Oh, I think there's an app for that, right? Use your webcam use your cell phone as a webcam. Yeah, I think I've seen like ads to do that, but you got to put the app on the computer itself. Now I got to find that. If you guys know what I'm talking about, how to use your cell phone as a webcam. Yeah, I mean, effectively, if I were to just live stream from the phone itself, that's how we do it. But using it as the actual webcam. Wow, you guys got a crazy glare. That's because the sun is right on you right now. Apologies for that. It's just the way, positionally speaking. So something else that I would need to consider as well, you know, I guess I could use, I've got an old DSLR, and if I'm just live streaming in 1080p, I could set that up here on some type of, you know, vibration dampener so that this would be a smooth live stream. And now it's a dedicated unit. Put your laptop into or an iPad, so it's not, I mean, this thing is gigantic right now. It's almost unwieldy. But again, it goes back to the, hey, how can we have superior picture quality? And I think the ISO is just on the computer. It's just turned up so high. But I mean, I literally just plugged it into this laptop for the first time today, and it seems plug and play enough to do the job. Or at least get this DriveStream going and running, streaming. So yeah. In fact, this morning when I was live streaming, we drove in together, and my battery had died in the middle of the live stream, in the middle of my STEM class, and I was not even, if you will, I guess because I was so excited to try out the use of my cell phone and the mobile hotspot, I wasn't even paying attention to the battery. It died, and part of that is I'm sure the battery this morning. So, number one, first and foremost, ensuring that you have power. But it's plugged into it's plugged in right now. You know, I mean, it's plugged into the truck right now to charge. And the way I'm charging it, because it is quick charge, and it's actually charged by now, but I do have a plug on the front console here. And I got one of those quick chargers on there. I have to use this particular one right now, though. This block, 65 watt charging block by Anchor, because I wanted quick charge. You know? But I'm not using my phone for anything right now, so it's like, but why? Well, that's okay. So I can take a phone call if I need to take a phone call in the middle of this live stream. Excuse me. Maybe I need to catch up on more sleep. But yeah, I was able to secure lodging for this evening up there. That's close enough to the field so I can see the games tonight, this afternoon, and then afterwards spend the night and then watch the championship game that I predict Hampton-Sydney College will be in. Thinking positive, of course, that they're going to win both games today and play the championship game tomorrow for the state championship. I know, I want to look at the thing, but it's too dangerous. Again, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it in a manner that's safe. All right? Better than texting and driving, right? And I don't mind it being a one-way conversation. Because after all, I like to hear myself talk, right? My wife is probably laughing right now. She won't say anything in the chat because she just likes to listen. Because she likes to hear me talk too. Yoder. What is that guy's license plate? Yodurr. UDU Railroad. Yoder. Yoder. And that one it says CYMRU85. CYRUM85. CYR. Count your mates. See, what do you think that license plate is referring to? CYRM85. I think the M85 is referring to mates. Mates? But what is CYR? Could that be an acronym? C roommates. Roommates? CY roommates. Year. C. Okay. Think about that one a little bit longer. CYRM85. Sir. CY? See what is a CY on the periodic table of elements? CY. I feel like that. So C is carbon. Y is that Y is not on the periodic table. Yelenium. Yelonium. Yelonium. All right, what's this next license plate coming up on? Speed limit is 65 miles per hour here. It is sunny 70 degrees. I would submit that it's the perfect fall weather. Clear skies. Hopefully it stays clear all the way to Culpeper, Virginia. Moving out at 65 miles per hour on Route 64 West. I believe that Hampton City College's first battle will be against Radford or Radford? Radford University, which is in Virginia as well. I'm not sure how their rugby team is, but our rugby team, the Hampton City rugby team, has done pretty well this season. I don't remember what their record was in the preseason conference games. I think they went 1-1, but then they beat, let's see, they forfeit, or it was rained out George Mason. The B side lost to their H side, but we beat Longwood University. Which was a combination of Longwood University and ODU. William and Mary we beat. And it was a close game. We had like a 3 or 5 tries or touchdowns, if you will, or scores. 5 score rally in the, let's see, second half for the win. We were down in the at halftime. In fact, that game, if you're interested in taking a look at it, is on the YouTube, on the channel. Video footage taken with my drone, the DJI Mavic 3 Pro, which I'll be flying this afternoon. In fact, it is Class G airspace. There are some locations in that area that are red, that are restricted airspaces, and they happen to be, I don't know if they're police training academies or if it's just it's in, I think at Warrenton or something like that. Waring Training Center is what they call it. And so those 2 locations have restricted flight areas. They're red according to the FAA UAS map. So yes, those can't fly there. And they do have a point of contact. Maybe it's an Army training center, because it did say Major somebody was the point of contact for that airspace, which, Roger that. It's probably just their gun range. An outdoor gun range where they shoot their guns, and of course they don't want to shoot at UASs because that is a federal offense. Shooting at an aircraft, manned or unmanned, is a federal offense. Punishment include fines and jail time. So if it's flying, don't shoot at it. I think if it's flying, and even if you hit it with a bat, that's a federal offense because it's an aircraft you are taking out of the sky. You know. There are a few entities that have the legal right to bring down an aircraft, like law enforcement, for example. There is technology, as you know, that exists that can bring aircraft down, that can bring unmanned aircraft down. Controlled and uncontrolled, or rather controlled and in an uncontrolled manner. Now, I'm not that familiar with that technology. I just I've read about that stuff. So, yeah, tempted to look at the chat, but it's like all the way over here. I did not move it forward to be able to see it out of the corner of my eye. And I smell a skunk because it's stinky now. But that's what they do when they die. Pollute the air. But yeah, it's really nice outside right now. The leaves are changing color. Got some orange and yellows on my left and my right. I guess one drawback of live streaming like this is just the camera position for one also. Because you don't get to see the actual drive either. Just my talking head, right? I mean, we've been going for about an hour now. A good portion of that hour was spent trying to figure out the live stream and setting up all the gear. I mean, I probably should have started streaming as soon as I turned the computer on, or right away, in the sense of just it's testing. You could have seen my whole setup and what I was doing to get things set up for this. And so, obviously, I'm on the laptop right here. I'm on a Logitech Webcam right now, just testing it out. Part of it is to see if I enjoy doing it like this, or if I just want to use my cell phone in the future. I mean, again, I like this because the potential for doing what I want to do with the live A-cam like this, as well as the DriveStream, the drive camera, will be possible using OBS. And I think OBS live streams at 1080p also for free. And I can't have any guests and stuff like that, and not yet. I feel like I'm not quite ready to go that route at this time, but in the future, I'm confident that I will. I mean, shoot, a year and a half ago, there's no way you'd have seen me on camera. Not that part of it was there was a shyness, if you will, about being on the video camera, not knowing what to do with my hands when I'm on camera. What movie am I referencing? That's a cool looking car up ahead. It's like an old school hot rod. Talladega Nights. Ron Burgundy. Ron Burgundy in Talladega Nights when he was doing the post-race interview on the news for the news. I'm talking about Ricky Bobby, folks. You know what I'm talking about. If you ain't first, you're last. Not Ron Burgundy. But yeah, I don't know what to do with my hands. But I actually took a course. I did a class. It was like, I think it was a 1 hour free webinar that Cheryl Tan was doing for her business. She she helps people become confident on camera. And so as a result of that, I was like, I think I want to sign up for the full, 4-week classroom session where you basically just make a video, you talk do a 1-minute video on whatever you want to talk about, be it your business. For me, I did it because I just wanted to try to be better at being on camera, build that confidence, see what it can do for me. And part of being good on camera is simply doing it. And I don't think I'm that good on camera yet. I'm having fun and I'm enjoying it. And that's what it's all about also. I'm having fun talking to y'all guys on the YouTube, on camera, not really caring about what I look like or I do care if I got boogers on my nose, so I hope you tell me that I've got boogers on my nose when I'm talking. It's like, do I have something in my teeth? Please let me know, because I'd like to correct that, because obviously that would be a distraction to the message that I'm trying to deliver, of course, as well. But I'm confident in anything that I do. I can't, part of it is because I'm good at everything that I do, except flying. I suck at flying. I'm not good at flying. I could be better. I've been working at an indoor skydiving center for 8-9 years, and part of it is because I have a fear of flying upside down, and part of that is because I fell 3 stories to my death in 2003. I fell off a 3-story building in 2003. I was paralyzed from the neck down. The doctors called it some type of when you take such a hard impact, right, the body will seize, right, the spinal column will seize to prevent the body from hurting itself more. And so as a result of that fall, spinal column seized up and prevented me from moving and doing any more damage than what was already there, and or the shock of it also, and such. But thank God, I'm very blessed to, for one, be alive still today, and to have recovered pretty quickly. The nerve damage that I experienced didn't go away completely. It still exists, and I still have issues with my neck and my back every once in a while. But for the most part, I'm still an able human being. I'm still able to pick stuff up and put them down. I can still fly people. I was actually cleared to rejoin the military 6 years later, and so I did. They gave me. I had another opportunity to join the military again and serve my country and such. But yeah, we were doing. It was the last mission of the night. We were clearing buildings. We went to this one building. Let's call it Building 13, which we numbered the buildings, of course. And we went from the first floor to the third floor, looking for weapons and bad guys. And I stacked this number 1 guy on the door, got the squeeze, went through the door, went left, my buddy went right, and I walked right off of a fire escape. And I fell 3 stories. As I fell and walked off the fire escape, I had started to tumble, because I hit my chin on the railing as I went vertically downwards, which caused me to rotate. So now I'm spinning. My night vision's going green, black, because I think I broke the mount. Because now it's just flopping as I fell. And when I land flat on my back, which was, like a judo fall. Dispersion of energy. So I didn't land straight up and down. I probably would have broken my femurs. I probably would have died instantly, bled out. But I landed flat on my back. The biggest problem with me landing flat on my back, though, was that when I landed, I was still pretty close to the building and the ladder, that my neck had landed on the bottom rung of the ladder. So there I am. I'm laying there. I can look up and I can see Ricky shining his flashlight on me from the 3rd floor on the fire escape. I can hear him on the comms saying, "Man down, black side, building 13, LT's down. I think he's dead," because I wasn't moving. I think he said that maybe I was moaning or groaning or something, and I wasn't speaking because I remember trying to talk, but I did get the wind knocked out of me at the time as well. And apologies for the sun glare that you're experiencing. Maybe that helps a little bit. But I see AJ come around the corner and goes, "Jason, you okay?" And I didn't respond. And what was crazy about that particular experience was that I guess I'm looking up at them, laying on the ground, looking straight up, and I can see them coming over to talk to me. And the view changed from me looking at them up to what I can remember them looking me. I'm looking at my body on the ground, and the guys working on me from the forest where we controlled it from, and I'm just watching them work on me. My ears were there, but my eyes were were right there. I mean, I could hear them very distinctly, kind of like when I'm on microphone and I walk away from the camera, but you can still hear me clear as day if I'm using the DJI, if I'm using the wireless microphones. And so, yeah, I can hear them clearly, but I can see them working on my body. And I think 15, 20 minutes later, of course, the corpsman, he did his, health assessment, his medical assessment on me, and he actually said I was dead. Yeah, he's dead. Did you take a pulse? Mark Kennedy. Doc Kennedy. He, good guy. Or was it fully? Wait a minute. Who was my corpsman? I think it was Mark. Fully was in the first platoon. My second platoon was Mark. And yeah. Or is it Strauss? Yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, when they pronounced me, the camera angle went from nope, looking at me, to and me saying, it's like I woke up and I go French, right? Pardon my. But yeah, I basically told them, "Hey, I'm not dead. Help me up. I'm stuck." And they kind of jumped back, surprised, scared the crap out of them. Of course, they're like, "Holy crap, dude! We thought you were dead." I said to them, "I was." "No, help me up. I'm stuck." And so they're like, "Well, just relax, LT. You had a really bad fall. We're gonna just do a neuro check on you again, because a neurological check, like checking reflexes and stuff like that." The problem is, I mean, when they were looking at my body, it kind of just curled up and in. My hands were in like this. Actually, this hand was like this initially. I was still holding my rifle, so they had to peel my fingers off the weapon, and it kind of involuntarily just curled in. So I'm laying there like this. My toes are pointed inboard and up. So, clear signs of some type of a neurological deficit and spinal injury. So they're like, "Just relax. We've got a ambu coming," and I'm joking at them. And I know, first guy to fall from a 3-story building and survive. I owe you guys a case of beer, because that's the thing. If it's the first time to do something, you owe a case of beer. A red Raptor just drove by, Virginia plates also. It's funny. Yeah, he had a gun in though, right? Of course. Yeah, that's how I got injured and how I got out of the military the first time. And so, I remember waking up in an ambulance, waking up in a helicopter, or waking up in a truck or something, and then in a helicopter, and then in an MRI tube, you know, you know. And so, and then I guess I slept and woke up the next morning. I mean, I was fine, you know, I had no pain. That's why I was like, just help me up. I'm stuck. I was paralyzed. And so I wake up the next morning, and now my body was in the worst pain it's ever felt before. You know, nope, flare still exists. That bad for you guys. And so I woke up, worst feeling I've ever experienced in my body, which was a good thing. Why? Because I had feeling back in my body. I had a feeling back in my arms, my legs, my entire body. I was able to move. I actually sat up out of bed, irritated that I had all this crap attached to me, and laying there, sitting up in bed. And I started pulling the leads off because I wanted to get out of bed, and just stretch and walk. And when I start pulling the leads off me, like the heart monitors and all that stuff, the O2 monitor, I guess I started to code on the heart monitor. I said, yeah, that was last night. I'm not paralyzed anymore. You know, can you help me up? And I want to walk. And they're like, just relax, don't move. You know, they give me a neck brace. I was in a neck brace. You know, I remember that. And it's funny because the memories, now that I'm getting a little bit older, are starting to fade a little bit about that event and a lot of other things as well. In fact, I met a guy at the wind tunnel today who wanted to talk. Alex in Oslo. If you're on the live stream, thanks for joining. Thank you, Lena. I just saw that you're on. Dusty, if you're still there, thanks for hanging out. You know, and enjoying listening to my story. But Alex came over to me today, and he's like, "Yeah, we met when you were doing the financial planning thing." He was a real estate agent, and he has now moved since to Oslo, Norway. But he came over to say hello to me, like, "Bro, I apologize. I do not remember you at all." And he tried to jog my memory with pictures and this and that, and I'm like, I just did not remember him at all. Yeah. The memory is, I guess, what do they say? It's a fragile thing. I mean, or it's all the way in the back, you know, underneath all the books and encyclopedias and other memories that are stacked on top of it. So, but yeah, I was injured pretty badly, and it took several months for me to, I guess, get rid of the nerve damage, but at least at a minimum, I was not paralyzed, and I was still alive. So, yes. In fact, it was, you know, I still had a lot of nerve damage and issues with my back and my neck. I had in 2003 separated from the military at that time, so got out. And yeah, I became a financial planner, financial advisor. I guess you're not supposed to call yourself a financial planner if you're not a certified financial planner, a CFP. You know, but I helped create financial plans, so yeah, I was a financial planner. But I'm not, because I'm not a CFP. I'm a financial advisor, which I guess is the term that you're supposed to use. Technically, I'm a registered investment advisor. I am a licensed RIA, registered investment advisor. With a Series 7, which is what I used to do. I don't practice that anymore just because I didn't like the job. I didn't like the work that was involved with it. I did really well at it because once again, as you know, I'm good at everything that I do. Why? My choice. I wonder if I put my hand here, can I see the view count? Cool, 14 thumbs up and 3 viewers. That's all I can really see. There's a glare that's right here because the window. But yeah, it wasn't until 2007 we moved to New York City, and the firm, they wanted to open up a branch office in Manhattan, and I was like, I'll go. I'm from the area. I want to live in New York City again, or I guess again, I was a baby when I lived there, but my mom and dad raised my brother and I in the suburbs of Manhattan, and so yeah, we moved to New York City in 2007, opened up a branch office, hired 3 advisors, brought a bunch of assets under management. And what's funny about that whole experience, though, because we moved there, we got an apartment on the west side, and my commute to work was 1 mile walking to Rockefeller Center. I have one of those office in a box setups. So you basically paid a monthly fee and you rented a space. Or my boss there, rented the office, and I worked in there. So that boss, she was based out of upstate New York someplace, but she was the, I guess, district manager for that area, and so she wanted that was her responsibility. My responsibility was just to manage the money, if you will. Well, accident's about to happen. Dickhead. Oh. Oops. So, anyways, I moved to New York City. That mile commute, that 1 mile of walking was the worst for me and my back. I started because for one, I was walking to work in a suit, dress shoes, holding a briefcase. So I would switch hands just to get, 100 steps. I'd switch hands. Every 100 steps, I'd switch hands to get a workout on both sides, right? But regardless, I was still canted over, which was not necessarily very good for the spine. Walking crooked. And so my back issue, I started having more back issues. Again, they weren't as bad, but moving to the city, my back hurt, my neck hurt. And I thought, all right, well, I'll do, when in Rome, right? I decided to wear sneakers to work and change into dress shoes when I got to the office, which meant that I needed to start carrying a backpack around also in addition to my briefcase. So I did, because my office wasn't a real office. Again, it was one of those offices in a box. And so that's what I did. Excuse me. Pardon me. Offices in a box. And I basically just tried that idea. That didn't work. My back still hurt. I bought shoes specifically for walking, and tried that for a few days, and that wasn't helping. I tried my hiking boots. That wasn't working. I can't live here. I can't do this every day. I'm in a lot of pain. And my wife she goes, why don't you try those cowboy boots that you bought in Texas back in 2004, which we bought I bought them as a joke. My parents had moved to Texas. The entire family moved to Texas. And so when we went to visit them in Texas that one year, we bought some cowboy boots. And they're nice cowboy boots. It had 0 miles on it, maybe for a mile at the most. But I was like, all right, I'll try them. I'll try anything at this point. And so I put them on. They were still pretty tight, they felt brand new. Just like a new pair of cowboy street boots should feel. And I just got to walk to work. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. After a week of walking around in cowboy boots, the pain in my back went away. Seriously, the pain in my back went away. it felt good. I mean, my feet didn't hurt, my back did not hurt, my neck didn't hurt, and this was after how many weeks of living in Manhattan? 5 weeks. After 4 weeks of living in Manhattan, I was ready to throw in the towel because I couldn't handle the pain that I was experiencing in my back as a result of walking to work with a briefcase. Even I tried leaving my briefcase and computer there just to see how it would be, and that wasn't doing anything for me. But what I think happened is the cowboy boots, the heel, it has like a higher heel than the normal shoe, like a 1.5 inch heel. That changed my gait and changed the way I walk, my stride, and shortened it up a little bit also. And so, as a result of that, my entire posture when I walk changed. I mean, even like how I'm sitting right now, I'm kind of sitting straight up and down. I think my body's just gotten used to being in this position as opposed to hunched over and looking all sloppy. Chest up, right? Posture. And so, yeah, I started wearing. That's when I started wearing cowboy boots, and that's all I ever wear now. Even, if not, let's see. I just bought my son and wife. Let's see. My son and my wife bought me this hat and a new pair of cowboy boots, which I'm not wearing. I'm actually wearing the cowboy boots that she got me for Christmas a couple of years ago, which are still good boots. But wearing those, so it's 3 sets. I've got 2 sets of black cowboy boots. So I've got like 7 pairs of cowboy boots total. Severin's got, our son's got 3 or 4 pairs of cowboy boots. I just started wearing a cowboy hat in last year. My wife bought me a hat, the Acredale Saddlery in Virginia Beach. And yeah, just started wearing a hat last year to hide my elbow, to hide my baldness. So yes, that's what's going on with my cowboy boots and the story of how I recovered, if you will, from my injuries sustained while I was on active duty. I mean, and so much so that I started working out again. I was able to get back in the gym. I started doing CrossFit. Well, I started exercising, and I didn't start doing CrossFit until I learned about CrossFit from a friend of mine who was always talking about the CrossFit workouts, CrossFit this and that, how he was going to do Cindy or Fran or Mary or whatever WOD workout of the day. And I started kind of making fun of him a little bit for doing CrossFit, and then I thought to myself, I'm making fun of something and of him, and we were friends from the academy, but I started making fun of, we were talking trash about the workout program that he was on without really knowing about it, without really fully understanding anything about the program. And so this was in 2007 or so. I told my brother about it, and he agreed with me at the time, which, it wasn't a very good idea then. And ironically speaking, I decided to learn more about CrossFit. And the funny thing is, we've been doing CrossFit since we were kids, before CrossFit was called CrossFit. It's called exercise. It's called playing outside. I mean, hey, you want to race? First one to the trash cans and back wins, right? I mean, that's what effectively CrossFit is. Let's see, and it's great that congratulations to the owners of CrossFit. I'm gonna make a stop because I think I'm due for a bathroom break. I can feel it. I mean, if I don't go now, I'm gonna be irritated that I didn't go. And it's probably a good time to change over, do a revamp of what I've got going on with this live stream, because I'm not exactly happy with this, with the format that I have. So I'm gonna park in the shade actually here. And I do want to see the street, the chat as well. So looks like there's only one person on right now at this time. And ASMR stream. Audio is good, video is a bit pixelated when we're buffering now. Roger that, George. Thank you very much. Who is still on me right now? George, you're still there? Yes, it's me. Me too. Not sure how long ago that was, because it's not exactly 100% live. I can hear the delay in it. So, no, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Again, I don't know how accurate this the view counter is, because it says one person is on at this time, and I'm George. I'm assuming that is you. Let's see, 159. Yeah, that's probably you, George. Dusty. It looks like it's you also. Yeah, not accurate. So there's two people on the live stream, but it was registered only one, and it could very well be because I'm driving, and so, but I'm gonna try something different with the stream. I'm gonna use the facility right now. I'm going to come back and we'll get this going again. Yeah, Pocket 3 webcam. Oh, is that the DJI one you're talking about, Dusty? Pocket 3 webcam. Interesting. Maybe, yeah. The only problem though with, and I was, if it's a 4K camera, yeah, tethered into the computer, but then what'll happen is it's still only gonna send out a 1080p signal, I think. I'm not sure. And then I might get more buffering as a result of trying to mobile hotspot that data. All right. You know what I think I'm going to try to do? Put you here. And we'll raise this up here like this. I wonder if the best way to set this up is to put this here like that. Put you down. Yeah. I'll show you what I'm doing. So this is, oh, it doesn't pivot. That's a drawback of this particular type of camera. But just setting this up here like that, tightening that down. Way. Put this down. That's for my wife's phone. This usually is up here like so. And so with that arm being set up there like that, I can put that there. Oh, it's reversed. And then this go up and around. And then up here. Oops. So, that's in the way. And it's too high. So what if I were to put this here like this instead? I'm gonna get some, you know what? I'm gonna put this under. So check it out. So I put a sock there. You can see my sock. All right. Underneath the arm to give it a cushion. And then I'm mounting the camera directly on top of the camera as an idea. Maybe I'll double up the sock. Oops. This is the sock that I put the mobile hotspot inside of, so that to give it some kind of protection from getting scratchy. And then I'll tighten that down good, along with the mount for it. This is a bullet point mount. So we'll see how much vibration occurs. Now, we'll see. We won't know until we try, right? This is Jason, the mechanic for YouTube streaming. Thank you, Andrew. Indeed. Watched Northeast Drum Productions show last night. Oh yeah, how was it? Bro, I saw him get on. I saw Matt get on last night, and I wanted to watch, but I was so tired. I think it was like 7:30, and the only reason why I stayed awake was because I was waiting for my wife to come home from grocery shopping so I could help her unload the vehicle. But ooh, a little bit of a glare here. And you know what? I've got the sun visor here to prevent the glare when I'm driving north that way, but that's going to exist for right now. But we'll get this situated and figure things out. I mean, yeah, it's a live streaming mechanic. I like that. That's good. But the mount on this Logitech camera. Let's see if there's a model name on it. Nope. I wonder, is that a magnet in there? Nope, no magnet inside there. All right. It's a pinch clip, but it's not very good. I don't think it's very good, but it's what I got. You know, the Elgato's got a good web camera. They've got a pro camera, which is 4K 60. You know, but like you said there, Dusty, the what was that one? The what DJI Cam 3, Pocket Cam 3, Burger King. Yes, it was good. I got the BK fish before I got on the road, which is why I got a. Oops, excuse me. Lens capture online was using the Pocket 3 to webcam. Lens left. Oh, cool. All right. Lens capture. When you say at lens, interesting. Well, that's good to note, you know, because you can use cell phone. All right, I really gotta go to the bathroom. Should I leave it? Oh, I gotta put my gun away.